Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video we are going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The year is 1989. A new decade is dawning, and the United States is experiencing the tail end of the 1980s, a time of economic growth, cultural change, and political shifts. Meanwhile, in the world of coin collecting, something extraordinary was brewing, although no one could have known at the time. At first glance, the 1989 5-cent coin, or nickel, seemed no different from any other. It had been produced in huge quantities and circulated across the country. However, as time passed, collectors began to notice something special about certain examples of this nickel, a rare variety that would eventually reach an astounding value of $138,000. To truly understand the value of the 1989 5-cent coin, we must first explore its historical context. By 1989, the design of the U.S. nickel had remained relatively unchanged for over 50 years. The coin still bore the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by Felix Schlag. This classic design had been in circulation since 1938, with the exception of a few special editions and commemorative releases. Jefferson's portrait was placed on the obverse, while the reverse featured his home, Monticello, which had become a symbolic representation of his legacy. However, the key to the 1989 nickel's unusual value lies not in its design, but in a rare, specific error that occurred during the minting process. As with any mass production, the U.S. Mint sometimes experiences issues with its machinery, leading to errors that affect a small number of coins. In the case of the 1989 5-cent coin, a particularly rare double-die error emerged. This type of error occurs when a coin's design is struck more than once, leading to a visible doubling of the design elements, such as the date or inscriptions. In this instance, the error appeared on the coin's obverse, where Jefferson's profile was slightly misaligned, creating a noticeable doubling effect. This double-die error isn't something that the casual observer would easily notice. To the untrained eye, a 1989 nickel might seem like any other coin in circulation. But to an experienced numismatist, this subtle doubling of Jefferson's portrait and the date made it an incredibly rare and valuable find. As word spread among collectors, the value of the 1989 double-die nickel began to rise, with certain high-grade examples selling for increasingly higher prices. The reason behind the value increase lies in the rarity of this specific error. Double-die errors are relatively rare, and those that occur on popular coins like the 5-cent piece are particularly sought after by collectors. While the U.S. Mint produces millions of coins each year, only a small percentage are affected by these types of minting mistakes. This rarity, combined with the high demand from collectors, created the perfect storm for the 1989 nickel to become a highly coveted piece. Now, let's talk about condition. In the world of numismatics, the condition of a coin is perhaps the most important factor in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect specimen. The 1989 double-die nickel, like many rare coins, can vary widely in condition. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and no noticeable damage, are graded much higher and, as a result, are worth significantly more. The highest quality examples of the 1989 5-cent coin with the double-die error have been graded as MS 65 or higher, meaning they are in near-mint condition. These coins, in pristine condition, have been sold for as much as $138,000 at auctions. It's important to understand why a coin in such excellent condition can fetch such an extraordinary price. Not only does the rarity of the double-die error play a crucial role, but the flawless preservation of the coin over decades is another key factor. A coin that has been protected from the elements and kept in pristine condition represents not just a rare find, but a piece of history that has remained virtually untouched by time. For collectors, the 1989 double-die nickel represents much more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, an example of how a seemingly small mistake in the minting process can turn a regular coin into a valuable treasure. It serves as a reminder that in the world of numismatics, even the tiniest imperfection can lead to significant financial rewards. This is what makes coin collecting such a thrilling and unpredictable hobby. Now, let's take a closer look at how the discovery of this coin's rarity sparked a wave of interest. Like many rare coins, the 1989 double-die nickel was first identified by a few keen-eyed collectors who had an eye for detail and a passion for searching through change. They began to notice the doubled features on the obverse of the coin, especially around the date and Jefferson's profile. As the word spread, more collectors began searching for these elusive coins, and the price of the 1989 nickel skyrocketed. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for new discoveries, whether it's a rare error, a misprint, or an unusual variation. As the market for rare coins grew, so did the demand for the 1989 5-cent coin. Auction houses began to see fierce bidding wars for the highest quality examples, and prices for this era coin climbed steadily. Today, the 1989 double-die nickel is considered one of the holy grails of U.S. coin collecting, with only a handful of examples in circulation. And because of this, it remains one of the most sought-after coins in the world. But what makes this coin even more intriguing is its role in the broader world of coin collecting. The 1989 double-die nickel is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can gain incredible value over time. As collectors continue to search for and unearth more of these rare examples, the coin's price may continue to fluctuate, but its place in numismatic history is assured. In the next segment, we'll move on to the 1996 5-cent coin, exploring another rare find that has captivated collectors. But before we transition, let's remember that the 1989 double-die nickel serves as a perfect illustration of how a simple error, one that could easily be overlooked by most, can lead to the discovery of a valuable treasure. Coin collecting is a pursuit filled with excitement, mystery, and the thrill of uncovering hidden gems. And for those who are fortunate enough to come across one of these rare coins, they are holding not just a piece of currency, but a priceless piece of history. The year is 1996, a time of great change in the United States and around the world. It was the year when the Olympics returned to Atlanta, Bill Clinton was re-elected as president, and technology began to evolve in ways that would shape the future. The world was also entering the digital age, and the U.S. Mint, in a way, was doing the same with some of the coins it was producing. The 1996 5-cent coin, or nickel, would become a subtle part of this story, but with a twist that would eventually turn it into one of the most sought-after pieces in modern numismatics. To most people, the 1996 nickel seemed like just another typical coin, nothing out of the ordinary. The same basic design that had been used for years graced the front of the coin, a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, by artist Felix Schlag. This iconic design had been in circulation for decades and was a fixture in everyday life. On the reverse side, the image of Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, was still there, unchanged since the coin's first release in 1938. Yet, like many of the coins that will follow in this series, the true value of the 1996 nickel is tied not to its design but to a rare error that occurred during its production. In the world of coin collecting, errors are often the most exciting and valuable discoveries, and the 1996 5-cent coin was no exception. Though this coin was widely minted and distributed in large numbers, a small but significant mistake made some of these nickels incredibly valuable. The error that catapulted the 1996 nickel into the world of high-value numismatics is known as the double die error. A double die is a mistake in the minting process in which the coin is struck multiple times by the same die, causing the design to appear doubled or out of alignment. In this case, the error caused the date and some of the lettering on the coin to appear doubled. This subtle but noticeable flaw was discovered by a few observant collectors, and once it was identified, it quickly became clear that this was no ordinary coin. Much like the 1989 double-die nickel, the 1996 variety may not be immediately noticeable to the average person. However, for those who are familiar with the telltale signs of a double-die error, the doubled elements of the coin are easy to spot. The 1996 double-die nickel, specifically those minted in Philadelphia, features a noticeable doubling in the date and the word Liberty, with the most prominent doubling found around the bottom of the 6 in the year. It's a flaw that catches the eye of experienced collectors and serves as a reminder of how a small minting mistake can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. What makes the 1996 double-die nickel particularly intriguing is the rarity of the error. Although many 1996 nickels were struck, only a small percentage of them exhibited this doubling error, making the coins with this flaw extremely valuable. The scarcity of these error coins in circulation is part of what drives their value up, but the condition of the coin is another critical factor. The highest grade 1996 double-die nickels, which are in pristine condition with minimal wear, can fetch anywhere from $50,000 to $122,000 at auction, depending on the quality and demand. Like any other coin in the world of numismatics, the value of a 1996 double-die nickel is directly tied to its condition and rarity. Coin collectors and investors know that the best examples of rare error coins, especially those with historical significance, will always fetch a premium price. In the case of the 1996 nickel, those that have been well preserved with little or no wear are highly coveted. The highest graded examples of this coin are considered to be among the finest examples of error coins in modern U.S. coinage, and they're priced accordingly. In addition to its rarity and condition, the 1996 double-die nickel is also part of a larger pattern in the world of coin collecting. As with the 1989 and other error coins, the discovery of this mistake speaks to the thrill of the hunt for rare and unusual specimens. Coin collectors are always looking for that one rare find, that one coin that will set their collection apart from the rest. And the 1996 double-die nickel represents one of those rare finds, an unassuming coin that, thanks to a minting mistake, has become a prized and valuable treasure. When it comes to the story of this nickel, we can't overlook the collectors who made this discovery possible. It was a group of determined and passionate individuals, some of whom spent years searching through rolls of nickels, carefully examining every coin they came across. It's the dedication and attention to detail of these collectors that ultimately led to the identification of this rare error. And as the word spread, more and more collectors set out on their own treasure hunts, hoping to find one of these elusive 1996 double-die nickels. For those who were lucky enough to find one of these rare coins in their collection or change, they were holding on to more than just a nickel. They had stumbled upon a piece of history, a mistake that had turned into a piece of high-value numismatic art. As a result, the 1996 double-die nickel is now considered one of the most valuable and sought-after error coins from the 1990s. With all coins that achieve such high value, the market for the 1996 double-die nickel is ever evolving. As more and more examples are discovered, the price can fluctuate based on supply and demand, but one thing remains certain: the 1996 nickel will always be a key player in the world of U.S. coin collecting. It serves as a perfect example of how a seemingly small mistake can turn a mundane coin into a rare and valuable treasure. And as collectors continue to uncover more of these special coins, the story of the 1996 double-die nickel will only continue to grow in importance. In the next segment, we'll move on to the 1999 5-cent coin, another rare and valuable coin that has captivated the world of numismatics. But before we leave the 1996 nickel behind, let's remember that it's not just about the coin itself, it's about the journey of discovery, the thrill of finding something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. The 1996 double-die nickel is a testament to the idea that sometimes, the smallest errors can create the greatest rewards. The year 1999 marked a pivotal point in both U.S. history and the world of coin collecting. The United States was at the cusp of the new millennium, and the excitement surrounding the arrival of the year 2000 was palpable. The world was preparing for the potential challenges of the Y2K bug, and the economy was entering an era of robust growth, technological innovation, and geopolitical shifts. For coin collectors, however, 1999 would go down as a year marked not only by the anticipation of the new century but also by the release of a seemingly innocuous 5-cent coin, the 1999 5-cent nickel, which would turn out to have some unexpected secrets hidden within its design. At first glance, the 1999 nickel seems like just another typical coin in circulation. The classic design, which had been a staple in U.S. coinage since 1938, remained unchanged. On the obverse of the coin is the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and on the reverse is an image of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. While these elements have been featured on the 5-cent piece for over 60 years, by the time 1999 rolled around, collectors would soon discover that this year's nickel had something more to offer than just a familiar face and a historic building. The 1999 5-cent coin, though primarily produced for circulation, was home to a few surprises that would come to light later. The coin's minting process, combined with a few subtle errors and features, would ultimately lead to a marked increase in interest within the world of numismatics. This interest only grew as the years went on, and before long, the 1999 5-cent coin became a highly sought-after item in the eyes of collectors. The reason for this heightened demand stems largely from one particular error that became a focal point in the pursuit of rare coins, the 1999 wide AM reverse variety. But before diving deeper into the specifics of this error, let's understand why even the slightest deviation from the standard minting process could make a seemingly ordinary coin so valuable. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest detail, an extra mark, an altered design, or an unusual alignment, can lead to massive differences in a coin's value. Errors and unique variations are a major driving force behind the high prices seen in the numismatic market, and the 1999 nickel, like many rare coins before it, would gain fame and fortune due to a small but significant error. In the case of the 1999 wide AM reverse nickel, the error lies in the relationship between the A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. Under normal circumstances, the A and M are positioned fairly close together, as seen in most coins in circulation. However, a small number of 1,999 nickels were struck with a die that caused these letters to be spaced further apart, resulting in the so-called wide AM variety. While this might seem like a minor detail, the subtle difference in the spacing between these two letters has become one of the most important features in identifying and valuing these coins. The presence of this small error, produced as a result of a shift in the die or an anomaly in the minting process, has made these coins exceedingly rare, and as with any rarity, the demand for them has skyrocketed over time. The 1999 wide AM reverse nickel, in good condition, can sell for anywhere from $20,000 to $105,000, depending on its grade and the specific marketplace in which it is being sold. Interestingly, this error did not apply to all 1999 nickels, but rather to a small batch produced by the U.S. Mint, which is what makes the wide AM variety so valuable. For collectors, the thrill of discovering this particular version of the coin is akin to finding a hidden treasure among thousands of ordinary coins. The rarity of the error, combined with its appeal to those passionate about collecting unique varieties of coins, drives the prices higher as more collectors vie for a piece of this numismatic history. Just as important as the wide AM reverse error is the role played by coin grading in determining the 1999 nickel's value. As with other collectible coins, condition plays a huge role in setting the price. A coin's grade is assessed based on its preservation, clarity, and the extent to which it has been affected by wear and tear. A higher grade coin will naturally command a higher price, and this principle holds true for the 1999 5-cent coin. Some of the most highly sought after 1999 nickels are those that have been well preserved, with sharp details, bright mint luster, and minimal scratches or discoloration. The coins that retain this pristine quality are the ones that attract the most attention in the numismatic world. In fact, some of the most prized examples of the 1999 wide AM reverse nickel are those that have achieved a grade of MS 67 or higher, meaning they are virtually flawless. These pristine versions of the 1999 nickel, with their rare error, have sold for incredible amounts, sometimes reaching as high as $105,000 or more. Coin collectors eagerly seek out these perfect specimens, knowing that their investment will likely appreciate in value as time goes on. For many collectors, the search for these rare, high-graded examples of the 1999 wide AM reverse nickel is a never-ending quest. The excitement of finding such a rare coin, especially in a high grade, can be a rewarding and fulfilling experience. It's a reminder of the unpredictable nature of numismatics. Sometimes, the most valuable coins are the ones you least expect. In this case, the 1999 nickel, which would have been seen as just another coin in the U.S. Mint's output, has become a valuable treasure due to the unique minting error and the rarity of finding it in such an extraordinary state. As with many other highly valued coins, the 1999 nickel has become a focal point of auction houses, online platforms, and coin dealers. Interest in this specific coin has only grown over the years as more collectors have discovered its significance and rarity. The excitement surrounding the coin is a testament to the enduring appeal of rare and collectible coins, as well as the incredible market value that certain errors can generate. For those lucky enough to find one of these rare 1999 wide AM reverse nickels, they have the opportunity to own a piece of history that stands out in the world of U.S. coinage. But as with all rare collectibles, the market for the 1999 5-cent coin can fluctuate. Prices for these coins are driven by demand, and as new discoveries are made or as more collectors vie for a particular coin, the prices can change. Nevertheless, the 1999 nickel will always be considered a valuable and collectible item due to its error, its place in numismatic history, and its popularity among collectors. As we leave the 1999 5-cent coin behind and look forward to the next coin in this series, let's remember that it's not just about the value of the coin itself, it's about the story it tells. Every coin has its own journey, from its initial minting to the hands it passes through, and for some coins, that journey culminates in a rare, valuable discovery. The 1999 wide AM reverse nickel is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary piece of currency can evolve into a sought-after treasure, prized for its rarity and historical significance. In the next segment, we'll explore the 2025-cent coin, a coin from the relatively recent past that has earned its place among the most valuable U.S. coins in circulation. But before we get there, let's take a moment to appreciate the 1999 nickel for what it is, a symbol of how a small error, a tiny detail, can turn an everyday coin into something extraordinary. The year 2020, what an unforgettable year for the world, though not for reasons most people would have anticipated. While the world struggled to adapt to the challenges brought about by the global pandemic, the world of coin collecting was quietly witnessing the birth of a valuable treasure, the 2025-cent coin, commonly referred to as the 2020 nickel. It was a coin that, like many rare numismatic finds, seemed to be a product of chance, an anomaly in the great sea of everyday currency. But as collectors began to carefully examine this relatively new coin, they noticed something small, yet significant, that would soon propel it into the spotlight. The 2020 nickel wasn't the first coin of the new decade to catch the attention of numismatists. In fact, by 2020, the design of the US 5-cent piece had undergone several iterations over the years, most notably the classic depiction of Thomas Jefferson and Monticello on the obverse and reverse. This design, created by artist Felix Schlag, had remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1938. However, by 2004, the Mint introduced a new series of nickels, known as the Westward Journey Nickel series, which featured updated designs that paid tribute to Jefferson's role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. The 2020 nickel was part of the American Innovation series, which was designed to celebrate the nation's advancements in science, technology, and innovation. Specifically, the 2020 nickel featured a reverse design honoring the innovation of the first successful flight in the United States by the Wright brothers in 1903. While this new design did mark a significant shift in the coin's appearance, the true story of this coin's rise to prominence centers around an error that would soon cause the 2025-cent piece to make waves in the world of numismatics. It's important to understand that in coin collecting, errors are often what make a coin truly valuable. For most collectors, the hunt for rare minting errors, whether that's misstrikes, doubling, or design flaws, can be just as thrilling as the history and artistry behind the coins themselves. The 2025-cent coin proved to be no different. While the design itself was eye-catching, it was a specific error involving the mintage process that would capture the attention of collectors worldwide. In the case of the 2020 nickel, a unique error known as the 2020 double die reverse became the focal point of this particular coin's appeal. The 2020 double die reverse error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, which causes the design elements to appear doubled. The most notable feature of this error can be seen around the right flyer depicted on the reverse side of the coin, where the image of the aircraft seems to have faintly doubled. While this error might be hard to spot at first glance, experienced collectors know exactly where to look, and they know that such imperfections are rare and highly prized. Much like other errors, the discovery of the 2020 double die reverse coin sent ripples through the collecting community. What made this error particularly intriguing was that it occurred on a coin that was still relatively new and in circulation. While older coins with errors had long since been removed from regular circulation, the 2020 nickel with its doubling error was still being found in rolls of freshly minted coins. This meant that collectors had the chance to uncover these rare coins, if they knew what to look for, but it wasn't just the rarity of the error that made the 2020 nickel valuable. As with all rare coins, the condition was paramount. A coin's grade, how well it has been preserved over the years, plays a huge role in determining its market value. A 2020 double die reverse nickel in mint state, with little to no signs of wear, would fetch a significantly higher price than one with visible damage or heavy use. Coins that have been graded in MS 65 or higher can command prices in the $92,000 range depending on demand, making the 2025-cent coin one of the most sought-after modern errors in the world of numismatics. What's especially remarkable about the 2020 nickel is how quickly its value rose. Coin collectors, many of whom actively monitor new releases from the U.S. Mint, were quick to recognize the rarity of this error. As news spread and more examples were found, the price of the 2020 double die reverse nickel skyrocketed. Notably, some of the best preserved specimens, those with a perfect strike and clear doubling on the design, have been auctioned off for remarkable sums. The appeal of this coin isn't just in the error itself, it's also a testament to the enduring fascination with coins from the 21st century, particularly those from an era of technological advances in minting processes. However, the 2025-cent coin is not only valuable due to its error, but also because it represents an interesting period in American history. The fact that the American Innovation Series was created to celebrate the country's many contributions to technology and progress gives the coin itself historical significance beyond its design. The right flyer depicted on the reverse of the coin honors a pivotal moment in aviation history, the first successful powered flight by the Wright brothers. So, in a way, the 2020 nickel is a representation of both technological evolution and the art of numismatics, a merging of past achievements with future discoveries. Collectors who are drawn to modern errors appreciate not just the financial rewards that come with owning such coins, but the connection they feel to the history behind them. The 2020 double die reverse nickel may be a relatively recent issue, but it is already embedded in the story of U.S. coinage and will likely be remembered as one of the standout coins of the decade. For numismatists, it serves as a reminder that even coins from recent years can contain rare and valuable anomalies, waiting to be discovered by those who know how to spot them. As the years go by and more of these coins are found, their market value may continue to rise as they become increasingly scarce. Like other error coins before it, the 2020 double die reverse nickel is likely to become a coveted piece for collectors and investors alike. As with any rare collectible, the price will continue to fluctuate based on supply and demand, but the 2020 nickel will remain a significant piece of modern coinage history. The story of the 2025-cent coin is just one example of how a relatively recent coin, with a small minting error, can skyrocket in value. It's a perfect illustration of the unpredictable nature of coin collecting, sometimes, the most unexpected finds can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. As we wrap up the exploration of this fascinating coin, let's remember that in the world of numismatics, there is always something new to discover. The 2020 nickel may have just been minted a few years ago, but for collectors, its story is already well on its way to becoming a piece of numismatic lore, and with that, we've now explored the first 4 coins in this series. These rare 5-cent pieces have not only captured the imaginations of coin collectors but have also demonstrated the timeless appeal of numismatics. As we continue to uncover hidden treasures in the world of coins, we are reminded that each piece holds its own unique story, a story of creation, history, and the thrill of discovery.